Royal biographer Angela Levin has claimed Prince Harry has changed since leaving the royal family for a life in America with Meghan Markle. Levin, who became close with the prince and worked closely with him, says he has been influenced by Meghan to turn his back on his country and his family. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex stepped back as senior royals in 2020, following concerns for Meghan's mental health when pregnant with their first child Archie. The couple moved to Montecito, California for a life of privacy, before securing deals with Netflix and Spotify for a documentary series and podcast. Prince Harry also released his tell-all memoir, Spare, which sold over 664,000 copies in its first 3 months alone. Speaking of his exit from the monarchy, Prince Harry said in his book, "I love my mother country, and I love my family, and I always will. I just wish, at the second darkest moment of my life, they'd both been there for me." Discussing Prince Harry, Angela Levin told GB News that it is highly unlikely that we will see a return of the old Harry. Levin added, "He wasn't interested in celebrity like he is now. He wanted to work and do his very best for the country. That's what he said. That's what his aim was, to do the best he could for the country. And that's all gone out the window." Levin recalled working with the Duke when writing her biography on him, Harry, claiming she now wouldn't recognize him. Levin explained, "He's very bitter. Very bitter indeed. He was a little bitter when I met him, but he's now full of it. I think Meghan is a lot to blame, and she's poured into him all the things that are terribly wrong, and that she's made him really dislike his own family and his own country. Meghan didn't like the UK. She found it too small. And if you'd ever listened to her carefully, she always wanted to talk about global. She wanted her work to be global. She feels to be global, and the UK is not grand enough for her. And she didn't like having to walk behind Catherine and be told what to do and be told what color and live in a smaller house." Mark Dolan then argued, "Do we unfairly demonize Meghan Markle? I mean, she broke up the royal Beatles, in my view. But in a way, doesn't Harry own this? Isn't he the one that turned his back on his family and on his country? Why should we blame Meghan for everything? He's a grown man." Levin replied, "He is a grown man. He could have said no, but he fell in love with her the day he saw her. He said to me, it was just at the moment he saw her. He fell in love. And then she was quite demanding on him, and he decided to follow her path. And I think that it's both of them. It takes two to behave like that, and I think they both have. She's encouraged him to be negative just as much as she is about her own family.